Hey everybody, Curtis here from NintendoWorldReport.com, and I am going to be showing off the new Nintendo 3DS XL. Now, Nintendo held a press event in San Francisco this past Wednesday, and they gave everybody that was in attendance the new Nintendo 3DS XL, as you can see right here. It is very, very nice, as you can tell. So yeah, I've been fooling around with this while I was hanging out in San Francisco on the BART train and on the bus and, back here at home. And I gotta say, I really like it. Size-wise, it's about the same as the regular 3DS, almost. It's actually a little bit bigger. Here's mine in comparison to that. I mean, it's just a smidge bigger than a regular 3DS. This actually doesn't come with the Pikmin. These are something I got back at PAX in 2013, and the blue one is missing in action, probably got eaten by a Bulbasaur, but that's besides the point. So yeah, it's the new Nintendo 3DS. It has better 3D viewing angles. As you can see, the little nub here for analog controls. Oh, I didn't know that until now. You could actually use this little nub to navigate the menus. That's cool. So yeah, it's really cool. I don't have anything that's specifically built for the new 3DS XL just yet, but I figured I'd kind of go through some of the new features of it. As you can tell, it's quite similar to the regular 3DS, except that the start and select buttons are down here instead of down to the sides on the bottom. As you can see with the regular 3DS XL. This is kind of similar to the first model of the DS, and I think it was on the DS Lite as well, if I remember correctly. I always liked it better here. I mean, it kind of seemed out of the way to put them out here, but I didn't really mind either way. But it's a nice design choice. The stylus is now on the bottom, which is kind of questionable. I kind of liked it how it was on the side on the XL. And another change is that they put the game card in the bottom here as well. Now, I'm not really a big fan of that because I had this in my case, in my little travel pouch, if you will, and I put it in there while I was playing Fantasy Life, and the next time I took it out, the little card was ejected slightly out, so I lost a good portion of my progress. But yeah, I kind of wish they had like a little cover like the PlayStation Vita does for its games, but that's not a huge deal if you're kind of going all digital with this. Let's see. As you can see, the back is a lot cleaner. It has a couple extra buttons, like on the Circle Pad Pro, it gave you a couple extra buttons. The ZR and ZL are tiny little buttons next to the R and L, and they're very comfortable to hold. To press. I was kind of worried because I never really played a controller where the secondary shoulder buttons were to the left and right of it. They were always like behind it, but you know what? It's pretty easy to press them without having to press the main shoulder buttons, because the way kind of how your fingers arch, it's easier to press them and just like kind of press the regular L and R buttons with the middle of your fingers. So it's not too bad, actually. The infrared port is here, the same charger port as the 3DS and the XL and the DSi and DSi XL. As you heard, it doesn't come with a charger, but they said it's compatible with every single charger from the DSi, so I'm sure you have one of those lying around somewhere. And if not, GameStop usually sells chargers for like $10, and they're even USB chargers as well, so if you have a spare USB port, you could just put it by your computer. That would be helpful too, but I still think it's just kind of weird that they didn't pack in an AC adapter. I don't know how expensive those are to pack in, but it's just, I have never heard of a device not coming with a thing to power it on, which is, like I said, is just weird, but I'm lucky enough to have something to do it. So anyway, enough with the physical features. Let's talk about the system itself. Now, as you've heard, there is some 3D face tracking thing going on with the camera here. It'll actually track your face if you move it around and stuff, and it'll keep a stable 3D image, and for the most part, it actually works pretty well. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, but playing on the train when it's like really bumpy and stuff like that, I was able to keep the 3D image without it getting distorted too much. But yeah, I was really satisfied with how that works. It has faster processing. So if you go to the internet browser, it'll load up very quickly, and it actually can play HTML5 video, including YouTube. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and search for something from our channel. Why not? A little self-indulgent, but I say it's well worth it. So yeah, it can play any YouTube video that's not restricted by some weird copyright thing like from music. I haven't really tried it with too much, but if it's restricted on like mobile devices, I'm assuming that's going to be restricted here. But one of the really cool things about playing YouTube videos on the 3DS is it actually supports 3D. It supports... So it'll have a bunch of different filters depending on how they encoded the 3D, like the red and green, the red and blue, and whatnot. I mean, it'll just do that by default for any video, but if there's a video that is encoded in 3D, it'll usually play that in 3D by default, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I haven't messed around with it too much, but from what I've seen, it works really, really well. And you can, speed up if you want to hear John sound like a chipmunk here. But who doesn't want to do that? Anyway, so the web browser is really cool, really fast. Notifications load up really fast too. On my regular 3DS, it would take like maybe upwards of 10 seconds to load all the notifications, but I don't know if that's because I have a ton of notifications, but it's a welcome change to see here. And it functions similarly. It's just a lot quicker. It actually has, instead of the wireless switch, you actually change it in the options here, like in the 2DS. Like you actually change it in the options, but this actually has NFC technology in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Amiibo settings, and I'm gonna go ahead and get an Amiibo and take a look at how that kind of registers. So yeah, let me go get an Amiibo. Alright, so we put Fox on there, successfully read the Amiibo. Okay, so as you can see, it shows my Amiibo data that I've registered with Star Fox. I am very mature, as you can see. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and save that because that's how it is. And so yeah, there's no games that support Amiibo on the 3DS just yet. Smash Brothers is getting an update later on that will support it. So yeah, let's see, what else? Oh, auto brightness, that's a really cool feature. If you switch this on, it will kind of read what the lighting situation is around you and adjust it accordingly, and adjust it depending on how much you've been using it or pressing buttons. So it's really cool how that works. And you know what? I was charging it when I first got it. Then I went on the BART train, which is a train system here in the Bay Area, and I was playing Fantasy Life for maybe 2-3 hours, and it was still at the 4 bars here, so the battery is definitely improved as well, and I have a feeling that the auto brightness setting had a part in keeping it that full. So yeah, there is pretty much nothing I can say that is just, there's nothing functionality wise about the new 3DS that is worse than the regular 3DS or 3DS XL. Like, aside from some weird design choices like with a game card and the stylus positions, it's pretty damn cool. So there's no 3DS new 3DS specific titles out just yet. Xenoblade Chronicles isn't coming out until April, I believe, so we have a ways off before there's something that is specifically designed only for the new Nintendo 3DS. But this game is compatible with all games that are compatible with the Circle Pad Pro. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in here and let's see, Circle Pad Pro enable. Okay. Okay, so it's enabled now, and as you can see, controlling the camera with the little nub, and you know what? It's actually really nice. I was kind of afraid that it wasn't going to be as accurate as I would like it to be, but it's actually can read your movements pretty subtly, and I actually kind of prefer it to just a regular Circle Pad Pro kind of being on the side, because I can easily just adjust it really quick and just like get back to hacking and slashing and stuff. As you can see in Kingdom Hearts 3D here. I am hoping that somewhere down the line that they are going to add support for this thing for Kid Icarus Uprising, because I'm getting to a battle here. Sorry, I got kind of into this. Because Sakurai was saying that the reason why Kid Icarus Uprising didn't support the Circle Pad Pro as a means of aiming was because the game was using all the processing power and speed that it just didn't have enough for it to support an alternate control method for aiming. So I'm hoping that maybe now that the new 3DS has some extra boost power, that people will actually be able to play Kid Icarus Uprising properly. But I'm not holding my breath, but, you know, a pipe dream, I suppose. Anyway, so yeah, overall, the new 3DS is friggin' awesome. It's coming out on February 13th of this year, and it's going to be coming out the same day as Majora's Mask 3D, which I'm sure everybody is really excited for, and that's going to have complete functionality with the Circle Pad Pro, as well as being able to freely control a camera, something that was not really in Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time for that matter. And yeah, so far I am very satisfied with it, and will definitely recommend it when it comes out next month. Alright guys, take care.